Hi, my name is Lila. I'm the grocery manager at the Brooklyn Kitchen, and this morning we're going to be making butter. Right now, it's a great time to be making butter because the cows are now out to pasture, eating fresh grass, so if you're buying local cream, it's going to taste a lot better than if you had bought the cream over the winter when the cows are eating mostly hay. So we'll be doing a regular butter, and then we'll go over the steps how to make a compound butter. The other ingredients we'll be using are lemon zest, fresh oregano, and the ramps, and some salt. So the first thing we're going to be doing is cleaning the ramps. If you're buying ramps from a farmer's market, they'll probably be a little dirty. Towards the end of the bulb, there's going to be some skin and some dirt, so you're going to want to wipe that all off and trim the little roots that are at the bottom. And then what I usually do is I separate the bulb from the leafy part. We're going to be using the whole ramp in this recipe, but I find that it chops up nicer if you just separate the two. We're going to be thinly slicing the bulb, and then we're going to be taking the leaves, rolling them up and slicing them. And then we'll be taking the fresh oregano, cleaning that off, give the leaves a quick dice. Then with the microplane, we'll zest about half a lemon, and then good handful of sea salt. We're going to grind that all up into a paste. Set that aside. Next, we'll be taking the cream and using a stand mixer, we'll whip it. You can do it in a food processor, you can do it in a blender, but today we're going to be using just a regular stand mixer. I'm using the whisk attachment just because I think it whips the milk a little faster, but it is a little bit more of a pain to clean. So you could use the paddle attachment if you want an easier cleanup. I'm going to start it on low and then gradually increase the speed. It's the same process as if you were making whipped cream, but you're just going to let it keep going. If you've ever made whipped cream and then walked away from it and then came back and you're like, oh shoot, what did I just do? Well, you're just, you made butter essentially. That's what we're going to do. As the cream's mixing, you'll see it'll start to thicken up and then it'll turn into soft peaks. Kind of like Cool Whip, and then you're going to whip it a little bit more, and then the peaks will get a little stiffer, just like whipped cream out of a can. And then within a matter of just a minute or two, the buttermilk and the butter itself, or the fat really, will just kind of instantly separate, and you'll be left with this really dense mass, which is your butter, and then all the buttermilk will be at the bottom. We'll take our attachment off, we'll clean out the butter, and then the buttermilk that's left, you can use in any other recipe that would call for buttermilk. You can use it for pancakes. It's really useful. After you separate your buttermilk, the butter itself will still have quite a bit of residual water, and you're going to want to get that water out. Otherwise, your butter will have a much shorter shelf life. So we're going to take that butter, and we're actually just going to knead it with our hands, just like you would bread dough, and all that water is going to come out. You can wrap it in cheesecloth and do it. You can use your bare hands just on your countertop. And then once all that water is out, we're going to take our ramp paste and we're just going to fold that in gradually, salting to taste until it's all completely mixed, and refrigerate, and that's it. I think it's great just on toast. Scramble your eggs in it, put it on a poached egg, sear your steak in it. It's really good. I mean, just like the way you would garlic butter or anything else, just use it kind of all purpose. It's gonna be nice and salty and savory and fancy. It's great. Thanks for watching, and be sure to come by the Brooklyn Kitchen and check out whatever fresh herbs and produce we have this season.